Hey guys, this is my updated foundation routine. Hopefully you guys get some tips and tricks and learn something. If you like the way my foundation is looking today, please keep watching. Thank you so much for all of your support. I truly appreciate it. Let's get to it. So the first thing you guys want to start off doing before you start your foundation is prime your face. Well, actually, I take that back. You guys want to first start off with your skincare. I've already done my skincare. I actually have a video coming out on that. Hopefully that's actually out before this one. So then you guys will see what I mean as far as setting your face for foundation. It's extremely important. And of course, SPF. That's part of my skincare routine every single day. So after that, then you guys want to go in with your primer. I have combination oily skin, so I'm going to go in today with my Becca primer, and it's called the Evermatte Poreless Priming Perfector, and it basically just blurs your face. So I'm going to go in with that. Oh, also, sorry guys, I already did my eyebrows. So make sure you prime in the places that you feel you need to be primed. I need my T-zone. I basically just prime my T-zone because that's where I get oily throughout the day. And then I'm going to go in, sometimes I'll go in with, before I even put my primer on, I'll use my Smashbox Primer water. But today I forgot to do it before I did my eyes, and I don't want to spray the liquid on my eyes. I'm using a cream foundation today, which I'm kind of excited to use. I've never used it before. It's the Hourglass Vanish Seamless Finish Foundation Stick. And this is what it looks like. I'm extremely pumped to use this. It'll be my first time, so we shall see. So it's in the stick, and then you put it up. I don't want to use too much of it. With foundation, you'll find that less is more. Since this is a cream foundation, I'm going to use a brush. And this is the Bare Minerals Seamless Buffing Brush. I've had this literally for years. I started off using Bare Minerals foundation, the powder foundation, when I was younger. So it's kind of cool that I still have it, and it's awesome. So here I go. I'm going to blend this out. Blends out pretty easy, actually. Easier than I thought it would. So then you just go all over your face and blend it in until you feel like you have the coverage that you want. Don't want to mess those brows up. So now I'm going to go in with my concealer. And today I'm going to use my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser for dark circles. And the color that I'm going to use is the color Tan Haler. I'm not really sure what Tan Haler is. Twist it up, and then I'll just put that here on my chin, under my eyes, on my forehead, down the bridge of my nose, and then here. I always put concealer here because I have dark spots there and I don't like them to show. And then I have that there, which I might put a little dot. And then you want to take your beauty blender. This is actually not a beauty blender. It's a Sonia KashukMakeup beauty sponge. I believe that's what it's called. And then you want to go in all the places where you put the concealer on and tap it out until it's blended into your skin. And usually I do my eyeshadow before I put my concealer on. But for teaching purposes today, I wanted to do it this way so you guys could see how you do the foundation part of your makeup routine. Try to get up as close as you can to your eye and blend. I kind of try to blend down because I do a lot of smiling. So when I smile, you see those lines? Sometimes I'll pop my cheek out a little like this, so the concealer gets into those fine lines. There I go again, making crazy faces. And usually when you put your concealer on and you go up by your eye, you want to tap kind of in the inner corner here, because usually the older we get, the more dark it becomes in there. So I'm trying to make sure that my concealer is in there, hiding my dark circles and spot that I have in there. I usually take it up on here. I'm going to tap up there. I've already done it, but it's probably started to crease since I did it before I started filming. Bring it up, back down. And basically you just want to pounce and blend it out until you feel comfortable with the way it looks. Now I'm going to go to my forehead and just pounce that out. I try to keep the concealer kind of in the center, kind of like a half moon, not all the way up there. I mean, I'm going to, when I do the rest of my makeup routine, I am going to go back in there with bronzer, so it's not that big a deal, but I want to make as little work for myself as possible. So I blend it out, and then kind of go, if you can, I have a huge sponge today, so I like to go in between my brows and kind of connect it to my nose to try to elongate my nose. So basically when you're concealing your face, you want to highlight the highest points of your face. Basically where the sun hits naturally. Once you're done and you feel comfortable with the way that you've blended it out, you want to go in and get your setting powder. I usually like to use loose setting powder underneath my eyes. So today I'm going to use the Kat Von D Lock-It setting powder in the color Translucent. So then you want to take your beauty blender, and another thing I never mentioned about the beauty blender is you want to make sure you dampen it. Like this is damp, it's not a dry sponge. I don't know what it is about making it wet that makes it so much better. And you want to take your translucent powder, or sometimes if you don't feel like using your powder brush, you can use a brush like this. This is a setting brush, and you can just put it in here. I dip it in a little bit, and then I'll take the lid of the powder and then I'll swirl it in there and then go underneath, and then swirl it again and then go underneath this side. But right now I'm just going to go into my pot here and just put it in there, and you want to tap off the excess and then you put it under your eyes. This is actually called baking. If I were to use more than this and then just really press it in underneath my eye, I'm basically going to do the same thing as baking, but I'm not going to leave it on. Well, I am going to leave it on. It's hard to explain. I am going to leave it on, but I'm going to use less. I'm not using that much. So you'll see I'm going to spread it across and then kind of press it in. Watch. You'll see. It's hard to explain. See? I'm putting it under. And it's really not that much, so it actually disappears. See, you don't actually see where I laid it down. You see? But it is definitely more matte than that side. But if I were to bake, I would put way more of the powder on and I would press it in, but you would see a huge cast on my face. I would do that if I had somewhere really fancy to go. So I'm pouncing it off. Sometimes I'll even take a paper towel and put it down on the paper towel to get that rest of it off. But you want to try to get as much off as you can. So then I'm going to go back on this side and do the same exact thing. And try to get up as close as you can to underneath your lower eyelash line. See, going underneath, pressing it in, and then go up, all the way up, and back down. See, and there's no white cast or anything underneath my eye, as you can see, again. And then you want to do that in all of the places where you put that concealer. So I'm going back in, tap, 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 tap the excess off, and then I'm going to go to my chin. And at first it looks like it's a lot because it's a bigger space. But then you see it goes away. And I like to kind of push out my cheeks a little bit here because you can already see where my line is. So I can fill out that line. And I'm going to do the same on the other side. I go up to under my nose because my nose, like I said, I have an oily T-zone, which is straight down my face from my forehead to my chin, and then across from my nose to my other side of my nose. Now, if you weren't to do this step, your whole face would crease. Wherever you have a line in your face, that concealer would settle into those lines. At first you get nervous because you think a lot of the white is going to stay, but it doesn't stay. And I tend to put a good amount right on my forehead because I get really oily right there. And then down my nose. See? I look crazy! Go up the side of my nose. After you feel confident that you have enough where it needs to be and you're not going to crease, you can close that up. And then you want to go in and set the rest of your face. I don't believe this needs to really be set, but if you're using a liquid foundation, you definitely want to set the rest of your face. Just for educational purposes, I'm going to do the same right now. I'm just going to do a light set. And I'm just going to go in with a Morphe M530 brush and just kind of set the rest of my face. I didn't put any of that powder really right there. I'm using the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Dark Tan. And then going along the rest of here too, because I didn't really put too much up here. And you can see also that it's bringing some of the color back to my face, because whenever you put foundation on, you never want to just throw foundation on and then run out of the house, because what foundation does is give you a clean slate on your face. It takes away a lot of your imperfections, it smooths your skin out, and it basically mutes your face, which is nice, but you want to bring life back to your face. So adding blush and eyeshadow and some color helps. Then I'm going to go in with my bronzer, and I'm using a Morphe R2 brush, this kind of brush. And then I'm going to go into this bronzer, and for my bronzer today I'm using the MAC Studio Fix powder in NW50. So basically what you're doing when you bronze your face is you're bringing that color back in, like I said, because I used that translucent color, which wasn't the color of my face. So I just tap into that a little bit and kind of stay along. You see the difference already on that side of my face? Bring it up, and then I always go here. The same on the other side. Go up on my forehead. You see how much better my face already looks? I'm kind of bringing the life back to my face. So that would be it for your foundation. I'm gonna go off camera now and do the rest of my makeup, and I'll be right back. Please list in the comments below what foundations you guys are wearing this summer and any tips and tricks that you guys have that you think might be useful to me. Hope you guys are all having a wonderful day. I'm so thankful that you guys are on this journey with me. Thank you so much.